Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of 40 Days of Enlightenment. I am your host, Donzel, a.k.a. The Living Witness, because I am definitely a living witness to the power and the presence of the Lord. So today, we're going to talk about forgiveness today. I know it's a topic that some people have requested and, have kind of been up in the air about. Forgiveness sometimes can be tricky or like misunderstanding, to some people, right? So definitely like, comment, and share. I want to hear your thoughts about forgiveness and how much it has helped you, or what situation you just feel you can't forgive, or even how to forgive. We definitely need, some more inspirational understanding of the term, of the word, and how it's done, how people apply it. Because like I said, it can be very elusive sometimes. So let's jump right into it, man. Listen, check this out. First of all, let me debunk some myths for you. I am the debunker as well. Like, forgiveness don't mean that you have to accept, so the behavior. Like whatever the situation is that you can't forgive, whoever did it, doesn't matter if it's an agency or a baby daddy, a baby mother, a wife, ex-wife, father, mother, that doesn't matter, right? Like, you don't have to accept that behavior. You understand what I'm saying? Like, forgiving that situation or forgiveness, doesn't mean you accept the behavior, right? That's not what it means. Like, it really is a selfish act, for the most part. Kind of like self-preserving more so than selfish, But it's for you, Forgiveness is for you. So you don't have to accept the behavior. That's not what you're saying to yourself, That's not what the purpose of the forgiveness is, right? And definitely, and also too, some people believe that if you forgive, right, that means you have to like reconcile, with the person. Like, you have to continue a relationship with the person, right? That's not necessary. Forgiveness and reconciliation, they're two separate situations, right? Like, you can forgive somebody and then be like, I'm not even, I'm cool, we cool, everything good, I forgave you, I'm at peace with this situation, but I ain't really ready to still like walk forward anymore with you, on however this relationship was, and maybe you work back toward, some reconciliation or whatever later on down the line, maybe, maybe, but as of right now, today, while I'm forgiving you, or as I'm trying, to forgive you, man, check this out. I don't even want to speak to you. I don't even want to see you, like, really. That's just sometimes how it can be, right? So you don't have to reconcile, it's not a part of forgiveness. So what is it? Forgiveness is for you. Like, if you feel some kind of hatred or anger or resentment toward a situation, a person, an agency, whatever it is, right? And you feel so much disdain for this person or place or whatever it is, right? Like, you just want to like see some harm done to them, or you just like a lot of hatred and malice in your heart for that situation, right? Or person, Forgiveness alleviates that, right? So forgiveness heals you on the inside, So you cannot be walking around with a whole bunch of hatred and anger, Because if you're human, If you're human, right? More than likely, that hatred or malice that you have for somebody thousands of miles away, or could be somebody right next to you, who knows, right? It will filter to other situations, Stomach might be hurting, You might just have a negative disposition about yourself, You, like, all of a sudden you might just be a naturally angry person because you're just still irritated about this other situation that's happening. So forgiveness heals you. Forgiveness cultivates, you know what I'm saying, some healing for yourself. So now you could be at peace. You know what I'm saying? Can't be at peace if you walking around angry and got a whole bunch of hate in your heart for a situation, regardless of what they did to you. You know what I'm saying? They may have did something to you that warrants all that, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. Definitely can't like negate the fact of what they did, because like I said, it's not about accepting their behavior, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not about that. It's about how you feel about what they did. You know what I'm saying? So forgiveness helps you be able to heal, not hate, not harm. You know what I'm saying? It puts you in a peaceful situation with that situation, right? And now you can actually, you know, move on without wanting somebody to be hit by a bus or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to make a long story short, right? I mean, or whatever it is that you got going on. You know what I'm saying? For the internal stuff, forgiveness, you know what I mean, cleanses out the internal, you know what I mean, for you, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you want to, you know, continue a relationship with that person, place or thing, or go back to that agency or whatever it is, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's up to you. You know what I mean? Like, the forgiveness that you're going to create in yourself, like the forgiveness that you're going to give for yourself, so you can not have that hate and not have that anger inside you, like that doesn't come with like the relationship being mended or you reconciling with the situation. You know what I'm saying? It's two separate things, right? And I think that we don't even start the process. Like, so we still stay with the anger and the hate for however long, you know what I mean? Because we believe that, you know what I mean, forgive him for what? He don't deserve that shit, man. Fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? To make a long story short, right? That's the attitude that we have toward the situation, right? And while you still saying F that and F this and, you know what I mean, it's still outwardly projecting all of that energy, all of that negative energy toward them, you know what I'm saying? That means it's still in here. You know what I mean? It's still in here, right? So the forgiveness, you know what I'm saying, will get it out of here, you know what I'm saying? And and actually leave it where it's supposed to be at. You know what I mean, with them. You know what I'm saying? So they did something, they did whatever they did, then you leave all that with them. You know what I'm saying? So you give all that hatred, all that anger, all that disdain, you give it back to them. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't forgive, you don't forgive them, you know what I mean? Or forgive that situation, right? You will still have all that anger internally with you. And that's going to filter out into your loved ones, you know what I'm saying? It'll probably make you be a little less ambitious. You know what I'm saying? You might start getting up later. You know what I'm saying? You might start not going to the gym more. You know what I'm saying? You might start eating comfort food more than healthy food. You know what I'm saying? They call it comfort food for a reason. So, and also too, at the same time, right? Forgiveness also means for yourself. Like, it doesn't mean you're forgiving other people or other things that harmed you. You may have done some harm to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have probably made some bad decisions, you know what I'm saying, in your life, right? And you may have put yourself in a bad situation, you know what I'm saying? You may regret some things that you've done, you know what I mean? So it is more important, I believe, more or as important, y'all let me know in the comments, right? More or as important, and or both, you know what I'm saying, for you to forgive yourself as well, you know what I'm saying? And then conversely, really what will happen is when you start looking at yourself as fallible, you know what I'm saying, when you put yourself under the same microscope that you put other people under who you feel don't deserve your forgiveness, and then you forgive yourself for some of the things that you've done, for the feelings that you feel about yourself, the regret, then you be like, well, you know what? Man, that other person did the same thing to me that I did to myself. Just not maybe in the same instance, but yeah, I disappointed myself. They disappointed me. You know what I'm saying? I've lied to other people. They've lied to me. You know what I'm saying? So some stuff you can kind of cancel out by just forgiving yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because when you forgive yourself for some stuff, it kind of almost like makes it like No reason why you can't forgive somebody else for something, you know what I'm saying? So now you got relief coming from both ways now, you know what I'm saying? Now you're forgiving yourself and you're forgiving others. You know what I mean? It's amazing. Now for me, I've had to forgive the two main people, just to let you know that I ain't speaking from no hilltop, or you know what I'm saying, from some like philosophical book understanding, you know what I'm saying. This is life experience, you know what I'm saying. It's another reason why I'm a living witness, right? You know what I'm saying, because I'm a living witness to the power of forgiveness as well, you know what I'm saying, because I have definitely been walking around the earth with a lot of anger and resentment toward two main individuals for sure. I've picked some, you know, resentments up along the way and been able to get rid of them, but the two ones that I've had for like the longest and grew up with for the longest time, you know what I'm saying, was the man who was abusing my mother and my biological father, right? And because they both were like right back to back, you know what I'm saying, with each other as far as in my life and time frame, you know what I'm saying. So that means I grew up with that resentment for them two men, you know what I'm saying, since I was a child. I want to say a child, up until about 22 or 23. So about, let's say 7 or 8, you know what I'm saying, 6, 7 or 8, all the way up to like 22, you know what I'm saying. I was walking around with a lot of anger and resentment toward them two men, right? And it grew up that way. I grew up that way, you know what I'm saying. I grew up with developing and cultivating that anger and that resentment, and which led me to addiction, you know what I'm saying, subconsciously, because the feelings that I was harboring, right, I was getting some relief, you know what I mean, from gin and juice, ecstasy pills, marijuana, Percocets, smoked the boat a couple of times, couple of dippers, but for the most part, you know, alcohol on top of that, you know what I'm saying, was providing some relief. Didn't know what the relief was. I just know I felt better when I drank, you know what I mean. Better from what? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I had to get sober enough. I had to get sober before I understood that, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't consciously drinking to relieve that pain, you know what I'm saying? It just happened to be relieving the pain. Just didn't know exactly what the pain was, you know what I mean? It's amazing how I found out why I was drinking only when I stopped, really, for the most part, you know. So for me, forgiveness, regret, and addiction, you know what I'm saying, they kind of like go hand in hand with each other, you know what I'm saying. Forgiveness being like, you know, without regret or in spite of regret, you know what I'm saying. And the addiction, you know what I'm saying, addiction and forgiveness, or addiction without forgiveness, you know what I'm saying, is an issue. So when there's recovery and there's healing, there's forgiveness, right? So if you have forgiveness, you know what I'm saying, and no addiction, there's no addiction and there's no regret. You understand what I'm saying? Now, they may overlap, you know what I'm saying? And for me, forgiveness is ongoing because I still have a memory, right? And my memory don't have a sense of time, you feel me? So every now and then I can still be triggered to remember, you know what I'm saying, how I felt about, you know what I'm saying, not being able to protect my mom during the times when I was there, seeing him and hearing him abuse her, you know what I'm saying. I'll think about that. I could be watching a TV show and something will remind me about that, and then I'll have to go jump back into forgiveness again, because if not, that resentment can come right back up, and the same anger can come right back up regardless, you know what I'm saying. And with my father not being there, you know what I mean, we have a relationship now, you know what I'm saying. I've been knowing him for like 17 years now, so I've almost getting toward like knowing him for as long as I haven't known him, you know what I'm saying. And I was able to forgive him and be free from all the anger and resentment before I ever met him, right? And then I was able to appreciate, you know what I'm saying, the men who were in my life, you know what I'm saying, that I was able to learn from before I met him, right? And who was kind of like in his place, or like, you know, even though he wasn't there, it wasn't like there wasn't a father figure there. You feel me? But my anger, my resentment was negating the, you know, father figure that I had for real. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really appreciate him, you know what I'm saying, until I was able to kind of like grow up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So like that anger and that resentment and not forgiving, man, that kind of even blocks, you know what I'm saying, some sight, you know what I'm saying? It blocks some light, you know what I'm saying? Like I could be in a good situation right now and not appreciate it because I don't forgive. Like I couldn't appreciate, you know what I'm saying, the father figure that I had to the utmost, you know what I'm saying? Because, man, once I put alcohol on top of that anger, you know what I'm saying, I started being mad at him. You know what I'm saying? I felt that he was only trying to be a father to me to keep my mother around because they wasn't together anymore. You know what I'm saying? And even though he was a father figure for me for a while, when my mom separated from him, you know what I'm saying, it felt like I was just supposed to just stay with mom anyway and not even go back to him or be a son to him because he wasn't biological, right? But that was my conception with the anger that I had. But when I was able to forgive, you know what I'm saying, forgive and understand, you know what I'm saying, what really was happening, then I was able to appreciate what I had, you know what I mean? And that was in retrospect, you know what I'm saying, unfortunately, right? So now I know that, moving forward, you know what I'm saying, when some resentments come up or when some anger come up, you know what I'm saying, I know personally I need to get rid of it, you know what I'm saying? Even if that means getting rid of you too, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it don't matter who you is or who you are to me, you know what I'm saying? If there's anger and resentment, you know what I'm saying, and forgiveness is needed, and reconciliation may or may be part of that, you know what I'm saying? But for me, you know what I'm saying, with my relief and my peace that I try to obtain, you know what I'm saying, hey, it's with or without you. You know what I mean? It has to be, you know what I'm saying? Because too many times we see, like, for example, you can forgive somebody, right? Or somebody can be forgiven, right? Right? They can be forgiven, right? But then the reconciliation part, right? Like, they still bring up the situation, right? So now you reconcile. You said you forgave, and then you reconcile, but then you bringing up the shit like you didn't forgive. You know what I'm saying? So which one is it? Who knows, right? Because some people believe you should be able to do it once. Hell no, that ain't how it works. I don't believe that's how it works. You know what I'm saying? I believe you have to forgive just as many times as you remember the situation that you need to forgive in the first place, right? So you can reconcile too. Some people skip over the forgiveness part and just get back together. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back together. Let's just continue doing whatever we was doing, and we ain't gonna worry about that. You know what I'm saying? And then you keep bringing it up, right? Also, at the same token, you know what I'm saying, so on the flip side, you know what I'm saying, you can forgive, you know, someone, and you just know in your heart, they're like, man, look, in order for me to be peaceful with myself about the situation, I'm gonna have to not be your friend anymore, or at least not be an active friend. You know what I'm saying? I might call you for your birthday or send a text or email every 16 weeks or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But calling you every day and being part of your life every day after this situation here, man, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. But of course, if the relationship is worth salvaging, you know what I'm saying, it takes two. It does take two people. So I'm definitely not even saying that totally is up to the person who needs to forgive. You know what I'm saying? Maybe both people need to forgive, you know what I'm saying? And both people may not. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But here, you know what I'm saying, on the 40 days of enlightenment, right? Speaking about forgiveness today, like the enlightenment part is, or the enlightening part is, you know what I'm saying, that's what I want for you, you know what I'm saying? I want you to be enlightened and want you to heal from whatever the situation is, you know what I'm saying? It's in spite of the relationship that you may or may not have with that person after the fact, you know what I'm saying? Either way, at least you won't harbor the resentment and harbor the anger, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's about, you know what I'm saying? It's about staying free and being at peace and healing for yourself, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we got today, man. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. I really do want to, I really appreciate the people who've been tuning in, You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I definitely appreciate all the comments, good, bad, and indifferent, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I never know where my help gonna come from. And especially since we're talking about forgiveness. So, you know, if you don't like anything you heard, hey, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? But for the 1 or 2 people that it may help, you know what I'm saying? That's my goal. You know what I'm saying? Because each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? So this video may only help 1 or 2 people, but for those 2 people that it helped, it might help two more people after that. You know what I'm saying? And then them 2 people may be drawn back to the video themselves, and then they can go help 2 or 3 more people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with just helping 1. You know what I'm saying? Because if I help 1, I know I can help some. You know what I mean? Because we all share, you know what I mean, good information, right? We all share good information, man. So next week, I mean tomorrow, not next week. The video may not come out until next week though, but you know, because I'm on this production freeze right now, so I'm not sure if the video gonna come out next week or not. But for tomorrow's episode, you know what I'm saying, or the next episode, we're probably going to talk about probably honesty, or either going to be honesty or spirituality. I can't remember. I got to look at what the producers, you know, are saying, and how we should, and what order we should go in. I mean, we already got everything already lined up, but we just got to put out, you know what I'm saying, we want to put out in a specific order, you know what I mean? So yeah, man. So y'all enjoy y'all day, man. And remember, you know what I'm saying, forgiveness is not for them, man. It's for you, you know what I'm saying? And I want you to be as peaceful and as free as you can be, you know what I'm saying, while you're walking on this journey, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot going on in the world, you know what I'm saying? And life get the life in, you know what I'm saying? So I want you to be the best you can, you know what I'm saying? And the only way to do that really is to be as free and be as healed as you can, you know what I'm saying? And don't bring yesteryear and yesterday and all the negative energy from anything that you've ever been in to this new you that you're trying to cultivate and go into, you know what I'm saying? Because tomorrow's going to need the best you that you can be, you know what I'm saying? And if you bring the old yesterday you in tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, then you'll never progress. You'll just continue to regress. You understand what I'm saying? Or you'll stay in place. You know what I'm saying? Like my man Denzel Washington say, you know what I'm saying? Don't mistake movement for progress. You know what I'm saying? Because you can run in place. You understand what I'm saying? So, all right, y'all, like, comment, and subscribe, man. Let me know what y'all think about forgiveness. I'm interested to see the comments. And I'll see y'all soon.